Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. Hopefully this is going up now, and this is basically a test stream. Hopefully I can see what you guys are saying. Um, Maybe you guys can type something as soon as you see it. I'm going to send this on my Discord real quick, and then we're just going to also send it on Instagram, and then afterwards we can probably just hang out. So sorry for the long time before. Hey, help! What's up? It's been a while since you heard my voice. Um, well, about a month, I think, because I tried to go back to that evil polar bear, and then, simply put, that didn't work out. Can you hear me? Hey, M Squared, I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen you in a long while. This is like a test podcast sort of thing, you know? So I'm just trying to see how everything is going. This time around, my headset is not so staticky, hopefully, and you can hear my huskies probably howling because they're happy. But nevertheless, I think the weird part is it's been actually a while since I have talked to M Squared. How are you doing? Still in Florida? Because I haven't, I watched like a few of your more recent videos on the main channel. I have not watched the. Sorry, I will get distracted. I saw the last video you posted, that you posted on your last channel, but I have not checked out the Pokemon channel. Or is the main channel going to be active again? Nope, you sound good, and no dog howling. Oh, that's sad. I wanted you guys to hear Brody. The title of your last vid was the most accurate thing in the universe. For those who did not watch the video, basically it was a video calling out a social media app called Good Old Cuddle. And it's basically calling them out for technical issues, preying upon loneliness, for donations, and like various other things. I believe I'm somewhat proud of putting that together. Could I have done it better? Yes, I could have wrote a script instead of doing it live, but you know, always in Florida. I'm okay, working and working. Yeah, college sucks. You have to work all the time. Personally, I'm still I since last time we spoke, I was trying to go into the medical field. That didn't work out. You need to find time and just don't have it. Yeah, I feel that. Um, See, I have to learn calculus and physics before I go to college next semester. So I have to do this over the summer while also doing videos and stuff like that. It's awful. That's one of those moments of just being like, I can't believe you've done this. But nevertheless, um, work is always something that is just time consuming, I think. But anyways, got distracted at M squared. I decided to go into teaching instead. I'm going to be teaching math. Um, and that's going to be fun. You know why? Because most people hate that. And I hopefully can help people learn math in a different way. I kind of want that. I think that would be a very productive thing, and it would advocate for STEM. I think that would be good. Currently at work, sleep then work. Oh goodness, that's a repetitious cycle. Do you break it? Maybe with just a walk. Maybe listening to some music you haven't heard before. Like, do you break up that cycle, or is it just like continuously sleep work? Because I would definitely say you might want to try and change that. It would be fairly bad if that's all that happens. So that's one thing I do say. By the way, there's a third person here, so you have been silent. What's up? I cannot see the person's name who joined, but hopefully I can see them soon. It's mostly continuous. Yeah. Um I developed a repetitious cycle whenever I started college, and it's because I have a really good work ethic. I like to think. Mainly, when I got to the dorm, I would just work, and then I would go to sleep at a horrendous time. Eventually, started developing like sleep paralysis and other things. And then I would just continue that cycle, knowing that I had to just deal with it. That's just kind of life. Gotta pay the bills. We have the weekends off, so we spend that time together. Heck yeah. Do you get Saturdays off with Sundays? My dad usually gets Saturdays off, but he's been working those to put me through college. I do have a bit of money to add to my college stuff, but nobody is hiring in good old insert my state here. Don't want to give myself out that easy. I think that's the worst part. Between the quarantine and various other things that are going into issues with our current economy, there's not any jobs that are just hiring. Not at all. Thursdays and Fridays. Okay. Hopefully, that gives you enough time to do what you do. So playing Warcraft. By the way, help. Doing anything interesting lately? So I would say one thing I definitely did not consider in a while was that the my channel is about to be 3 years old. It did not grow whatsoever. But as long as mine and hers match, I don't mind. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Because if you guys have like a weird schedule in which it's not like mix and match, it probably creates like a emotional tension. Like you can't spend time together, and that creates issues. I think within that, it's always better to have a schedule that coincides with your partner. That probably works out a lot more. Um, I think that's one of the things that, like, when you think about relationships, you don't really think about the um, various things that really go into things, not things, go into how the dynamic. So what I mean by that is that you obviously have your own set routine, and the other person has their own set routine, and then work gets the basically formulates your own routine, and their workplace will formulate their own routine, so you can't really spend time unless you guys have the same schedule, which is great. Because usually some people have issues whenever they can't really balance work and times for affection and stuff like that. So glad to hear that's working out in terms of schedules. Food is good for your health. Yes, it is. As so long as it's like nutritionally good. However, food is food. So all food must be good, except for one with lead or various other toxic materials that you probably shouldn't be eating. Um, But that's just a little tip. I think the worst part is I just say stuff like that sometimes. But what type of food have you been eating lately? So I think I ate like a technically it's a quesadilla. I ate some Doritos earlier. That was pretty good. Personally, I've been not eating as much. No, all food is good for you. Hold up. All food is good for your health. Okay, I thought I had a dyslexia moment because I'm known for that. And I was about to have a really bad time. I was going to be like, oh, great, cool. I think that's the main thing. Good for the soul at a minimum. um, there might be some contention with all food is good if lead or like various other things, but it is good for the soul. It's good for the soul of either leaving your body or making your soul happy that you ate the food. Um, I don't know. I suffered like food poisoning twice. I normally never suffer food poisoning. That's like the weirdest thing. But whenever I went to the college, I had food poisoning like several times, and it's just freaking crazy when you think about it because I've ate some food that was poorly produced before. I can say that I was drunk. Not yeah, just say drunk. I drunk good old spoiled milk before without knowing. It didn't get sick. That was the crazy aspect. I've I had like a lot of dietary things in which I should have got food poisoning, but I did not get food poisoning until I went to college and got food poisoning twice. I don't know how that happens. Both times I think I ate chicken, so they probably didn't prepare that right. I just ate a pasta salad and now I have to go back to work. Enjoy your day and stream. Thank you, M squared. Enjoy work. If you don't have to enjoy work, enjoy going back home and then sleeping and falling in love with your bed all over again, just to be took away from it. It's a vicious cycle. I think I love sleeping a bit too much. I've been sleeping until about 3:30. Do you not taste the milk? Well, the matter of fact is that it was already in my mouth before I realized it was spoiled, and I kind of already committed to drinking it. So that was a stupid part on my behalf. But my taste is reduced due to the fact that I can't smell. So it takes a bit before my taste buds actually kick in. And if I was also guesstimate a certain aspect, I burned my taste buds by not being patient with ramen noodles when I was younger. Probably should not have done that, but hey, I burned my tongue a lot when I was younger. Still, I kind of do that whenever I make cup ramen and I'm that hungry in college. So, I mean, I do stupid things. I might be a smart person, like me smart. But the main thing is I do stupid things a lot. And I probably shouldn't because common sense dictates that I should do that. However, common sense is less common than you may think. So, it's kind of like that, I like to feel. Um, I think the worst part is how am I going to send that link? I'm just going to have to copy the URL and maybe that will help. I don't know. I do several things I probably head shakes intensifies. Just don't get whiplash, okay? It's not fun. Take it from the guy who has cables as a neck. I think that's the I think that's one of the things. that I really think about sometimes. Like, common sense dictates a lot of things. You should do this, you should do that. And a lot of people do not do them. And instead of doing it, they just simply fret about it. um, as I could tell you right now, don't drink spoiled milk. Personal experience speaks a lot louder than common sense sometimes. um, because I think the best example of that is, have you ever watched Steve-O from Jackass? The guy does a lot of stupid things. And no, it's your fault if I get whiplash. No! Don't want that. Come on. I don't know. So I'm a sorry. I'm a person that learns through the example of others. You could punish me. It won't work out well. Let me just say that now. It doesn't really work out against me compared to other things. But if I see someone like getting punished, I feel instantaneously bad. That's like one of the things. I don't know why that is a thing about me. I'm just really empathetic of an individual. Like, something happens to me, it's like, okay, I can get over it. What's wrong, help? I can't help you with whiplash. I have no neck. I literally do not have a neck. I'm just literally a computer speaking into a mic. Message retracted. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things I really think about. You know? Just make sure you don't get whiplash. No, that's you. Ahem. Okay, it's me. It's me. So, let's see here. You're ahem. Because I'm about to get ready for a grandiose speech. If you did not know. I have the most important thing to say on the stream. So is the audio quality good? This is my stream now. Oh no, it's a hostile takeover. It's a coup. I can't control this. The army of one person. That's when it gets pretty outrageous. One person overpowers you. Just like that. Your entire government structure is gone. I know. I think about that sometimes, where it's like there's always that one person that's like, okay, Viva Revolution. And when you think about it, it's now just like, okay, they have it. Go ahead. Like, I can't stop it. Just take it. I don't care. There's like always that point in which one person just makes you just not care anymore about it. It's like, oh, okay, fine. Have it. I'm gone. Like, when you really think about it, whenever it comes to Viva Revolution, it probably sucks more for you to try and fight against it. It's just give it. Like, think about it that way. Ancient China, they would purposely just say, screw it, have the gold, have whatever you want, just leave us be. And it was funny because ancient China was not known for their warfare until their internal conflicts. But they would pay off the Mongolians to screw off. So instead of like dealing with it, they just said, have anything you want, I don't care. Until the Mongolians asked for too much, but by then, Genghis Khan, he died. After that, the internal structure of the Mongolian society kind of crumbled under its own weight because it's too big. And then it all went downhill. Help. This is my revolution now. Oh no. This is a bad for me. I didn't see it coming. I got overthrown by one person. This is a bad time for me. It's an emotional bad time for me. You know? I think one of the things I really think about is history really repeats itself a lot. Like, when you think about it, there's some things that you can truly just, you can read American, history of American law and various other things, and you can really learn about why society structures itself based around certain instances in the past, because it really does repeat itself. You find that in today with various societies. But help. What do you want to do with this stream? What do you want to do? I'm trying to get more people to join, if possible. I think that's the weird part within all of this. I don't know. I'm trying to get the link out, but it's not happening. I hope that person that keeps on coming in and out eventually sends a message. That'd be pretty cool. I'm still trying to develop whether or not I should schedule patty cake. Okay, we're gonna have to do patty cake now. The person that overthrown the current leader of the stream declares that there should be patty cake. The main thing is the person that keeps on coming in and out of the stream, I hope they send a message soon. That'd be pretty cool. Of course, patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. I actually have terrible hand-eye coordination. I really suck at patty cake, surprisingly. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm trying to get this link to work. Probably going to have to download maybe Discord onto my computer real quick. I hope they join us in our fight to the death, partly patty cake rounds. Oh, I just died just instantaneously right there and then, combust into flames and various other things. And the goat, he just like kicks me while I'm down. It's always the goat. Hey, Jet Knight, what's up? It's probably the first time you heard my voice in a very long time, other than my videos. Dude, what's up? Apparently we're having a patty cake round to the death. Seems like that's what's going on currently. I do not know personally if that's what's going on, because I don't know. It's Jesse, dude, remember? Yes, I do remember. I try my best to remember everyone from my past streams, and also when they came to YouTube. Various other individuals had to declare who they were during everything, and I don't know. Hold up. So that's one of the things. Nothing much, dude. I'm getting on Oculus Quest. Hell yeah. I would say this personally. I always wanted to get Oculus, but it's like super expensive and crazy how much expensive. And another aspect I really think about is that there's stuff like PSVR, And even though it's like less expensive now, like down, the problem is it's still super expensive. It's as much as a PS4, the original version, and that's just crazy expensive, and it would seem like a very fun way to play. Unless the Oculus Quest is something else. Trenton, welcome. You just saw the link. What's up? Is that Burb? Is that Burb in your profile picture? I think the main thing is, within this, like all in all, I may create a schedule around streaming while uploading. I personally do not know. It's just depending on how successful these are. I think that's something I kindly consider within that, but doesn't really have to be. Hi. Hi, Trenton. Because I used to schedule streams regularly. There we go. On Cuddle, or the evil polar bear that preys upon the mentally ill and loneliness. And that seemed to be successful because people can get with the routine and stuff like that. And it might help my inconsistent scheduling with uploads. Yeah, the Oculus Quest is just one without wires. It's like $513. Oh, crap. Or 513 whatever currency. There's no currency sign. But seriously, that's crazy. Snuggle Bears. Hi, Gray. My internet's pretty bad. Sorry if I'm in. No, that's perfectly fine. No worries. No worries. Thank you just for being here. It might be in and out, but hey, that's cool. I don't mind. You do you. Sorry that the internet's pretty bad right now. Cuddle? Disgusting. Like, this time around, I had an in-depth evaluation of Cuddle itself, by actually showing bots. So the system actually can be screwed over by bots. And the other thing, dude, the normal one's $789, bro. What the? That's super expensive. It must be fun. I won't like say anything against that. It's probably really fun, but that's expensive. Like, I'm just happy. Yeah, I can't really say that's expensive. I bought this laptop here for like $600, somewhere around that range. And now I have the technology to actually stream and stuff like that. So I can't really say that's too expensive. No, it's probably expensive. Like, not something you just pick up and then just get on the whim. But it's definitely something you could save up for, I think. I probably would save up for a car beforehand, but that's just me. Oculus is probably fun, though. I saw, like, PSVR, and I thought that was super cool. Just seeing, like, Resident Evil 7 played on VR, that would be insane. I would love to experience that. I'm probably going to wait until good old PSVR is probably a lot cheaper. We have the technology. We sure do. We sure do. I think that's the crazy thing. As technology continues to, let's say, improve, and truly they start like cutting the fat away from certain devices and other things, products become a lot cheaper and eventually condense into a modern household item. For example, video game consoles. So eventually it might be less expensive as there's innovation continuously. However, right now it's like super expensive, but it's probably a fun way to like mess around with things. That's what I kindly think about. Because I've like watched so many videos of like Oculus and stuff like that, and it seems so fun. Probably should have got my water bottle from over there, but that's fine. I'll just leave it be. The one thing I really consider within all of this is that Oculus Quest or just any of the Oculus headsets, technically. They're a different way to go about gaming, and I think that's really cool. I just personally can't afford it. Also, dude, online classes made me not even want to look at my computer anymore. Okay, I have a funny story about my online courses. I did 2 months of work in a night and a morning. I'm not screwing up the phrasing there. A night and a morning. Literally all my Word documents got corrupted. And the deadline for all my English work was the next day. I was thinking about just taking the L, dropping the class before it really counted against me. I was thinking about a lot of things that night. And instead of doing all of that, I kindly decided, you know what? I really need to pass this class so I don't have to take it again. So I did all the work in a night and a morning. Is your persona wearing a cloak, or does it not have arms? Originally it was meant to be a cloak, because he does have arms, but the problem is that I just wanted to have like a figure, if you get what I mean, because the idea was that it was a floating computer that's literally just connected to wires, you know? It's a cloak, but nothing too grandiose. I thought it was really simple, but looked nice, symbolic. I could redesign it, but I'm just too lazy. All that work sounds physically painful. It was physically painful. I was so miserable during that. I had to listen to a bunch of cheerful music. I felt awful because I wrote a research paper. I wrote several bibliographies. I've written so many responses to Frankenstein. It was not fun. For those who procrastinate, just remember, sometimes even the people that work hard and got all their stuff done also get screwed over. Because all my stuff got corrupted. Even though I preemptively did it early. So I felt very sad about that. There was like a mix of emotions. Symbolism, delicious. Good. But I think that's the main thing I really think about. Your online classes, is it college or high school based? That might be a good question, because my online classes are like college based, and the one thing you learn about college based online classes, they suck. They suck a lot. I kid you not. It's not fun. It's not fun for anyone involved. Most of the professors don't even know how to use Office 365, and they make you download various apps that they do somewhat know, like Microsoft Teams, and they just never use it. They just use the Office 365. Well, don't forget, I'm in 8th grade. I forgot that you was in 8th grade. I thought you were in high school. Yeah, 9th grade is high school. Yeah, sorry. I thought you was in high school. Well, technically, are you in high school now? Because you passed this year. Or are you now in 8th grade? Huh. It's a bit out there. But nevertheless, online classes in college is not that fun. Not that fun. I think about that constantly. And it's just out there. My online classes suck. Yeah, I'm guessing they mostly use Zoom, which is extremely terrible of a program. Most schools already have Office 365. Why don't you guys use Microsoft Teams? That's a lot more simple. Just saying, whenever I'm a teacher and I have to eventually deal with that, it's going to be Microsoft Teams. Because you can literally, at any point, just call the teacher. They can answer. They can help you. They can upload files directly for a community download. and you can directly show the grades as soon as you grade them, all in one application. So Google Meet, actually, that's actually surprising. Most people, or not most people, most educators are going into Zoom, and I think that's really bad. People in lab classes were screwed over, but yeah, they were. They were. Because in lab classes, you can't really do that stuff at home. You don't have the materials. Most of the, let's say chemistry, for example, you can't just get various basic or acidic components that you could use for chemistry unless you have a license. So it's one of those things that is a bit out there. Message got retracted. What's wrong, Trenton? Zoom is bad. Yes, it is. It has many like lucrative security issues. I truly do believe that 100%. And the second part is, oh, somebody disliked it? That's okay. Let people be. Like, the main thing is people can do what they wish. I do not mind. The main thing for me is that the people who do watch me regularly do enjoy it. That's what matters. And if that person just simply disliked it, that's fine. That's fine. People can have their own opinion. Do you play Gmod, Gray? Actually, I do not. I have not bought that yet. I want to. I'll just say that right now. I want to buy it. And I think I really want to try that out because I heard it's very fun of an experience until you like play it up too much, I think. And I definitely want to experience it, but I just do not have the money to buy it right now or purchase it. I think one of the things that kind of sucked about a lot of things, I just bought the computer, and that kind of dipped into my savings. It's nothing like too bad, but right now I just do not have the money for like any purchases. I think that's the sad part. I have a computer now to play those awesome games. Just don't have it. Bro, when you get it, we should play. Heck yeah, I'm down for it. What anime do you like? So, I've recently watched Megalobox. That's a really nice boxing anime. I really liked it. I like Clannad and I like Angel Beats. Those are like the two sad boy times sort of anime. And I really like older stuff like Fully Cooley, let's say Cowboy Bebop, and stuff like that. I have not watched any recent anime except for Overlord. I kind of like that. I just it kind of like, I don't know. It kind of irked me the wrong way, the way it was set up and stuff like that. And not much has been interesting for me in the all right, Greg, give me your stream account. You're about to get a $10 gift. Oh gosh. No, keep your money, friend. No worries. But the main thing is, what I think about is I watch advertisements of like the newest, greatest anime within YouTube, and most of them don't really get me excited all too much. I feel like most of them play it safe. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop is really good in terms of like storytelling and narrative structure. Like, if you did not like some of the characters, you can watch another character in an entirely different episode. So if you didn't like Spike, you can watch the other characters instead. I really liked how each character had their own motivation. They did their own thing. And a lot of the episodes are just packed down to acting upon what they want within a kind of, I would not say like dystopian world, but it's definitely not where it needs to be. Watch Haikyuu or Haiku or you may be changed. I'll probably try. One anime I was looking at, I was thinking was kindly interesting was Relife. I thought that probably looked pretty good. You know, I think that's something I would be interested in. Here's a good one: is Dragon Maid. I seen some memes about that. I know that for sure. Let me think here. I can't name off the top of my head one of the memes, but I remember it vaguely. It's essentially the main character surrounded by the dragon maids, and it's based off a recent meme that's been going around, but probably shouldn't talk about it because it's inappropriate. But you know, one of those things. I think that's the. Hold up, I can say whatever, but I probably shouldn't because this is probably going to be held accountable against me. Who knows, really? Maid-sama is Romance 101. Probably. Who knows? I think the weird part with anime and what kind of like gets me out of it is that I really like storytelling more than like certain aspects of the anime, which is why Overlord kind of did not get me all too much. Like the storytelling was there, they have some lore within that world, and it's kind of cool that they took the opposite of Sword Art Online, but they kind of made it the same. It's kind of weird. Dragon Maid is game. You love it. Heck yeah! If you love it, that's good. That's what it's about. I may have like my own sort of like dispositions towards like certain anime, but I may try it. I can't really say no until I try it. That's the main thing I really think about. You have to be open-ended towards it, or other people and stuff like that. That's what I think about. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Yeah, I think that's the one Trenton was talking about. But I think I might try some of these. I'm gonna write down. Do I have a pen? Let's see here. By the way, one of the greatest conveniences you can have is have a desk at home. Because I have a bunch of supplies right there and then. Let's get a pen out. Yes, it's so cute all the time. One anime I did watch that's a bit older, I didn't really like, is Zombie Loan. Have you guys ever heard of that? If you have a PS4 and get like Pluto TV, I watched that and I just felt like I wasted like so much time. It's like an older anime, but the main thing is it takes too long to set up its premises. Everything is so predictable, and it's just not fun for me. I don't know. I'm just a bit like out there. Like if I was to watch something, I want to feel fulfilled by watching it. You know. Whenever it's like inconclusive or takes too long, I just kind of get out of it. I think that's the weird part about me. Like, even though I'm a patient individual, I'm not super patient with stuff like that. How about Daring in the Franxx? Never heard of it, but I'll write it down. Okay, let's see here. I think the weird part is my handwriting is too clean. Tell me about Trenton, by the way. Oh, Fully Cooley is life fuel? Yeah. That, at least I think that's what you mean, because that's the abbreviation for Fully Cooley. Fully Cooley was one of the anime that I first watched when I was younger. I shouldn't have watched it when I was younger, but I did. And I would stay up until about 2 o'clock in the morning because that's when it would play on Saturdays. And on Saturdays, I would watch those awesome, like, it, even though like the series itself is very like mellow and stuff like that, it does show like symbolic things of growing up and various other things that I found really interesting while I was younger. And even like the main character having like thoughts about like harming his father and stuff like that and just letting go of it. I think it's really, really weird of a show. Haruko and bunnies. Yeah, a lot of people remember that, but not like the messed up parts that Haruko does. Um, I think the funny part is a lot of people also bring up the cat ears on the main character, even though that was for what, 2 episodes, I think. Um, but Fully Cooley is always one of those things that I really liked when I was younger. I think the only shonen I really liked when I was younger too was Dragon Ball Z, which is obvious is obvious. But I also liked Bleach when I was younger until I realized that the manga was a bit better. I don't know. Like I read the manga. Mama Mimi. Yeah, okay. Mama Mimi, I thought was a really cool character, but I was really hoping that she had like more within the story. But she's more or less there as part of his troubles, and I think that's the sad part. But that's okay. Um, I wish my Mimi had actual more in the story, but they kind of stopped focusing on her and started focusing more on Haruko, which is understandable, because she was the main person driving the plot. Um, but weird stuff. I'm drawing Grey's persona in a bunny suit. Oh God, you have fun with that, mate. Um, the main thing is you're not gonna have fun with it because of two factors. One, there's already something on top of the head, and two, it's off center. So if you have OCD, you have fun with that. I purposely, I remember this. Somebody made fan art. Oh, I love JoJo. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I probably said it weird right there. I watched it because my friend, who was part of the Monster Hunter series, not on my channel, but on another person's channel, he really loves it. And I was like, I want to understand his references. So I watched it, and I gotta say, I like it. It's all over the place, but I like it. I think during one of my trolling posts, I used Dio. It's like slide right to see a face reveal. And it's like, haha, you thought you got a face reveal, but it's I, Dio. I thought it was funny. I think everyone else did too. Until they realized they didn't give a face reveal. So, but it be how it be. Dio, yeah. I really like that meme in particular. There's a few others I really like. I remember whenever the Smash Brothers meme where people edited so Jotaro picks Mario and I forget the guy's name off the top of my head, but the other guy picks Fox, and he's basically going over. It's like, my character's meta, unlike you. And the entire time is playing awful until he starts actually hitting buttons and just knocks him out. I thought it was a funny little meme going around, and then they overdid the meme by they put too many franchises into it and over editing where it felt repetitive, but it still was a good meme. Really loved it. What's your? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know any of the songs on the top of my head, but I really like the first one. Uh, that's the weird part. I watch like things like Full Metal Alchemist. I really love the OPs of it. I really like the outros of it, but I don't remember the seasons or anything like that. I just can't keep up with it. Mentally, I want to, but I can't. Dio and Dio. Oh no. This transformation is just too much. I like part two. Part two, I really did enjoy that one. I probably need to re-listen to it after stream and then try again. I think I would probably do that. I don't know. I need to re-listen to a lot of soundtracks because recently I started listening to old music I really liked. Have you guys ever heard of the rapper named E Double? His most famous example is from Vanoss. Dude, I like Stardust Crusader. Isn't there a free Steam game of that? I forget. It sounds familiar. No, that was an entirely different game. It started with an A. No, it's not. Sorry about that. I thought there that name kind of reminded me of a sci-fi tactical game. Completely botched that one. Magi, Madoka, Magica is dark. Probably is. The weird part is I've watched a lot of anime like Mirai Nikki, stuff like that. Big Brother. Yeah. Okay. So I really loved Full Metal Alchemist. I watched it throughout and then watched Brotherhood. I really loved it. It was such a nice anime that shows a lot of issues within that world and it's not all carefree. Really loved it. But Big Brother Ed, that phrase just sticks out to me. And the final fight against well, his name is Father, but he's not Father. Have you played Persona 5? Yes, I have. I've been playing Merciless. That difficulty, I have not got Royal yet because I don't have money, but I've been playing Merciless of it, trying to do that. I think the weird part is my first playthrough, I kind of romance Kawakami. I think that's her name, the teacher. And I think that's fairly weird because at first I did it for a joke. And the second thing is I actually felt sympathetic towards her character. It's all downhill from there. But I really like the game. Personally, I like not using high magic builds, like a bunch of Persona that are magic based. I really like the physical characters. Oh, you're approaching me? Dio. Nice. No, you're thinking of Eyes of Heaven. Yeah, that's probably it. But there's a lot of things I really think about. How do you guys feel about this being a test stream? You guys think the audio quality is good? Bad? Do you think it should be at a later time? What do you guys think? I probably should keep a bottle of water nearby so I'm not coughing all the time, but you know, that'd be how it be. But yeah, I would heavily say Full Metal Alchemist is one of those great ones for me. Persona 5 is a really good RPG. Personally, I really love the dynamic of all the characters. The overarching theme of the not anime, but it did have an anime adaptation. But anyways, the game itself was all of them has fallen from glory at some point, and there was characters in which I really did not like. The only one his name his name is either Yusuke or is it something else, because Persona 4 had a character that was very similar. I have played Red Dead Redemption. However, I have not played Red Dead Redemption 2. I kind of want to get that, but I just never. I had other things that I really wanted to get at that time, such as like Monster Hunter World and like other things I really enjoyed. And Red Dead Redemption kind of like fell behind other things I really liked. But I should have got it. I heard it was really awesome. I heard from like, this is the funniest part. I was in Earth Science my senior year, and the teacher, one of the days, all they did was talk about good old Red Dead Redemption 2. And they were just talking about the ending. I was like, no, I haven't played it. So they were just talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, and she was not teaching that day. It was pretty fun. Not gonna lie. Was it technically professional? No. However, it was good. I'm addicted to Yandere Simulator, and I know I should stop, so I can't support the developer, but I can't stop. What should I do? Still play it. Still play it. It's your choice to still enjoy the game. You can just not support the developer at the same time. The main thing is, the only benefit he gets is if 1,000 other people also download it from his website. But there's other means of not supporting him, if you get what I mean. There's people that probably put in forums update patches, so you can just patch the game and just get the update without having to support him and other things. I think personally the developer of that game is probably what kind of drives me away from it, but also I'm not too interested in the mindset of a yandere. Like, if you really want to play a game that's kind of yandere simulator, you need to play the Hitman series, specifically Hitman Blood Money. That game is what gives me nostalgia by looking at yandere simulator. Because one, you're just going around, fooling around, and doing funny things the entire time in like weird manners. But Blood Money kind of reminds me of that. I think the audio is good enough. I had no idea the stream was going to happen. I stumbled upon it, even though I'm subbed. Yeah, you had to put the notification bell. You have to click it and then put all instead of personalized. I kind of announced it on Instagram and on my Discord, which not a lot of people have joined my Discord. I don't know how many people actually saw the Instagram post, so it's kind of out there. It's good, but it's getting boring quick. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Like Red Dead 2 or something else. You thought you've hold up. You thought your first kiss would do JoJo, but his eye. That's one of those moments of like, you just see Jotaro just like just throwing up right there and then. It's like, oh no. She's barely a yandere. She's a. I do not know the difference. I'll be honest with you. I know somebody that can teach me all the differences between all the dere's, but I did not understand it. Like, I know there's like character archetypes of tsunderes. I know that. Like, the best example is Severa from Fire Emblem Awakening. I'm on your Discord. Yeah, you are. Because you're cool. I probably shouldn't be saying that unless I'm willing to, like, actively try and put that on. I think Yandere Sim is cool because it challenges me to be discreet. I am not discreet. Okay, I suck at being discreet in assassin games or stealth games. I really suck at that. So, Hitman Blood Money also makes you do that. However, I did not. I thought it was a lot easier to just grab the biggest gun possible and just go at it. Tsundere, disgusting. I don't know too much about the Derays though. I know Yandere is obsessive because Mirai Nikki. What are your favorite Hitman game? Mine is Bold and Money. Blood Money, or you mean Blood Money? I think that was Blood Money, not Bold and Money. Um, I think I really enjoyed Blood Money because it put you through like various scenarios that are just really fun to really go into. Um, Although I feel like the Mississippi levels kind of went on for too long. There was like 2 to 3 missions there. And then the Washington, D.C. level was perfect. I really loved it. I'm not even going to comment on Help. I'm not even going to comment on that. I lose either way. Um, but Blood Money is definitely one of the ones I liked. Absolution was pretty cool. I didn't get to play the newer Hitman games that is like free to download, but you have to pay a pass to get all the missions and blah blah blah. I haven't got that one. I would like to play it, but it seems like all the levels are really short and condensed, which I do not really like as much because I like it when the levels are open ended, like in Blood Money. And I remember the PS2 game. Let me think of it. It's basically a prequel to Hitman Blood Money because it's in France. After the officer shoots him, and he's going through like fever dreams of various other issues that he did, or he's recollecting assassinations he did. I don't remember the exact title of the game, but it's basically the second game of the Hitman series. I thought it was really good. Um, the weirdest one is the one that he's a gardener for the Catholic Church. And, you know, Gray, I know how to trigger your memory. Please do. Please do. That one was weird because you went all over the place. It didn't really seem that good. You go into like Saudi Arabia and the Greek islands, not isles, and like various other things, and you're just doing basic assassinations. And the gameplay was good, but it's not really that good. What is your favorite GTA game? 4. I really liked 4. Um, that one holds a hashtag gays. Gay is gray. Good job. Well, you mixed up the quotes. Gay for gray. Or, yeah, that's it. You messed up the quote, but got it basically. um, yeah, there you go, help. But, I think the weird part is I really liked 4 because I got an Xbox 360 and my parents bought it for me whenever I was 7, around there, 7 or 8. And they bought me GTA 4 despite me not even being close to the age. So what I would do is I would just do cheat codes and just mess around. The game was really fun. I really liked this plot line. Then I played 5. I really liked 5, but 4 holds like a very special place for me. I also really, that was the first game that I had multiplayer for. Mine is GTA San Andreas. Ooh, that one's a really good one. I didn't get to play that though. I played like bits and pieces, but that was like at a friend's house. I didn't get to play the full thing, so I don't really have an opinion of it. Freaking amateur. But yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I heard that meme, or not heard but seen, because it doesn't really come up in my comment sections for my YouTube. So it's really weird. It's really weird of a situation. I think the funny part is that despite having direct criticisms for Cuddle, it was not necessarily the worst experience. I'm very nostalgic for it. Big Smoke, yes, screws you over. I know that. I remember that because I watched like Rabid Luigi doing a video on that of top 10 betrayals, and that was kindly one of the things I was like, "You jerk! You put the plot twist at the very end," but I don't mind. The one thing I really think about is like, even though I'm nostalgic of it, I really hate the company. Really hate the company. Um, but you know, things be how they be. I think the weird part is I'm gonna feel really bad when Wolf Goddess or Crocus watch that video because they're technically subscribed to my channel. It's eventually going to be under their radar, and they're not going to be happy that I'm kindly going against Cuddle, but you know, it be how it be. If only Cuddle didn't corrupt the souls of his users. Well, that's the problem. Their predatory sort of monetization scheme is what they were going for, because you can tell from even their Instagram posts, their most recent ones, is asking if you're lonely. And then you go on there and it's a bunch of people asking for 19k stars or blah blah blah, so they can make a killing and they can be paid by Cuddle for getting those donations and those microtransactions, and it just keeps the cycle going. So at the end of the day, they're not helping loneliness. Actually, they're furthering the divide of loneliness and really just captivating an audience that just wants companionship, you know? So the main thing is to really consider about it is that they're really just trying to monetize loneliness. So, come on, CJ, you had to do was follow the damn shit. I've seen memes on that. Have you ever thought about what it's like for people who live in the setting of GTA games? Well, here's the beggar question. Why the hell do they keep on bringing the psychopath that literally has rocket launchers and shotguns and various other things shooting up the city, and they keep on bringing him back to the hospital? And it's like, okay, here you go to the bill. Have fun. And they just give him back his guns half the time. I mean, like, think about this logistically. The city keeps on providing the psychopaths healthcare and various other things. So it's just crazy. I think the GTA games, if you're to ever live in them, it's going to be a desensitized society where things just happen. It just goes. That makes sense. You think you think they have a support group for people who've all seen tanks fly down the sky? you think they should, but they don't. That was the last thing I saw before Jimmy died. There was just and suddenly my ears exploded from the sound of Jimmy exploding. I mean, think about it this way. That society keeps on reviving the killer, the psychopath. And technically, like, GTA 5, they're not... Well, one of them's a psychopath, but Michael, pretty sure his name is Michael, and Franklin are technically more considered sociopaths instead of psychopaths. So that's just like one of the things I kind of bring up. But Trevor would actively kill everyone. Michael and Franklin probably not. They will kill out of necessity. Even though that's not really a necessity. But, you know, living in a GTA world would probably be crazy. Not gonna lie. I don't know. When you really think about it, it's kindly funny. So, let's see how long this has been going for. This has been going on for an hour and 9 minutes. Do you think this is a good place to stop? for a test run, or what do you guys want to do? I'm down for almost anything. There's currently 3 people. I feel like announcing how many people are there each time. That'd probably be funny. Probably get annoying though. Have you heard of that one fanfic that went viral a while ago about Diary of a Wimpy Kid? I did not hear about that. Personally, when it comes to like stuff like that, I try my best to steer clear of fanfics because I kindly don't like bleaching my eyes, if you know what I mean. And the second thing is that within a lot of things, that's more or less a fandom creating something, and I don't really like to alter their sort of community because I know there was a controversy about it, but the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I've read like a lot of their books, and when I was a kid, it actually inspired me to play some, or not play some, but draw. That's one of my motivations for drawing because the art style was super simplistic and it seems relatable. Do you play Sonic? Actually, I got Sega Genesis Collection on my Switch. I've been trying out the classic Sonics 1 and 2. I heard 3's the best one, but haven't got it. I played a bit of Mania. I really liked it. I just really suck with the momentum in the games. Like when you grow up with Mario, you have a certain like momentum and stuff like that. And you have that in mind whenever you start doing platforming, and you just screw up so often. Gray, have you played Paladins? It's free. I have played Paladins. However, I just I don't know. It's a bit weird for me. I just do not like I do not like High Res as a company, even though they have free games like Smite, blah blah blah. I do not like High Res because I just find it hard to get into their games. And the second part is I just really don't like Overwatch. I like TF2. Don't get me wrong, I like TF2, but I could not get into Overwatch because it's regarded as a heavily competitive game, but there's a lot of issues that compile into like a mountain because the game's not really absolutely balanced. There's a lot of characters that are just screwed over by updates and they don't fix them. One of the biggest examples is Ana, and I really liked playing Ana beforehand because she was a good support, and it just doesn't appeal to me, I think. TF2 does because I can take that less seriously though. Even though like I know the community takes it really serious. Yeah, if it's just a test run, this could be good. How often do you guys want these streams? Hi, I'm Karen, and vaccines Ooh. This has been my TED Talk. Okay, I hate Karens. I'll just announce that there. Okay. Um the doctor who has found the correlation between vaccines and autism is literally had his entire license revoked because he made it off infactual and data that was heavily fabricated. And because of him, there's a lot of people that could get vaccines for easily avoidable diseases, and they're just not going to get them because they think autism. So I just love that. There's a lot of people. I would say something on stream, but I don't know if in the future my mom will watch this. But the main thing is, there's some individuals that I know, and they're starting to become Karens. I'm kindly concerned because they believe everything they see off Facebook. And I freaking hate that. It's like, have you not heard a fake sort of post? And Facebook has no obligation for you to fact check this. So, help! The dog says wolf. The cat says meow. The Karen says frick the doctor. It's always the doctor. It's always the doctor. I think that's the crazy part. Personally, I believe acting with reasoning and logic, if that makes sense. And a lot of people, they just see a headline or they just read something on various other news outlets that are not really considered accredited, and they just run with it. Because they want to believe it, and they have their own preconceived notions about how they don't like the doctor or these pharmaceutical companies putting stuff in the medicine so people develop certain issues and stuff like that. But the main thing is don't get me wrong, pharmaceutical companies are corrupt and evil, but not in the capacity that they are putting stuff in the medicine and stuff like that, or making kids have autism through vaccines. It's not really the case. There's no correlation. I will say that I would heavily not incentivize certain pharmaceutical companies. Do you like creepypasta? Actually, on streams, I had my first time reading creepypasta. We dedicated a whole 2 streams to that, I think. I read some interesting stories, such as the kid that was left home and he watched his first horror movie. Then he kept on hearing knocking somewhere, and he started receiving texts like, "Hey, how are you?" and stuff like that. It was like very creepy text, and he started to hide in his parents' bed. But then he heard like the buzz of someone receiving a text after he said, "Leave me alone, or I'll call the cops." And he just hears it, and then he starts crying because he realizes the person's in the room. I thought that was a really good creepypasta. Great. If you get big, can you promise us something? Yeah, sure. I don't think I'll get that big. I kind of fear getting big. That's even with Cuddle. Even though I got to 1,000 followers on there, I really like keeping a tight-knit community. Like, I know everyone and stuff like that. But I also dislike whenever a streamer becomes deaf to their community. Because you find that in modern-day YouTube. Never take a sponsor from Raid Shadow Legends. Hey, I have dignity. Like, I can understand some YouTubers, they have it as a full-time job and they need money. I can understand that sense of desperation for taking that sponsorship. But I feel like it's indignified because you're actually not testing the product. You are being told what to say. And if you watch the Cuddle video, which was the last video I made, I really do not believe in censorship. I do not believe people putting words in my mouth. And I do not believe in a lot of things. And when you take partnerships or sponsorships, they heavily censor you or stuff like that. So I kind of just like being small. It has this advantages. I can make content towards your wants, and it's a lot easier to communicate with everyone. Have you read Squidward's Suicide? I have read it. I think it was on stream. But the main thing is, one, it's like obviously in the realm of fiction, but hyper-realistic imagery just really doesn't get me going. I like conceptuals. Like, conceptually, that's a scary creepypasta, because if you were to watch that as a kid, you'd be scared like I was gonna say a word, but probably shouldn't. Um, you would be scared, right? So, like, conceptually, Squidward's suicide is scary of a creepypasta. Oh God, I'm not going to be monetized, only if I could. But that's the main thing. I think about that, and it's like conceptually scary. The way it's written, not too scary, but it does depict a issue within it. So it's really good. I really did like it. Today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Join my guild that I will never interact with. I had a if you guys remember Corbin from my good old streams, he was my roommate in college. He downloaded Raid Shadow Legends because Simple Flips did a sponsorship of it. He's like, can't be that bad if Simple Flips advocates for it. And simply put, he hated it. He immediately deleted it and re-downloaded Pokemon Go. It was very funny. Maybe you could go through a few creepypasta and talk about your favorites so far. I would say I would definitely need to read a lot more to give you like a more accurate depiction of what I would like, because I know there's a lot of it, but personally I do need to figure out that sort of stuff. I think it would be cool to read some more on stream. We could eventually do that. Roommate Senpai? Yeah, you remember him. Help. Gray watched National Geographic as well, kind of. I watched Discovery Channel as a child. That's why I can pull out like facts of Genghis Khan out of nowhere. Ooh, Gray, do you like SCPs? We did dedicate a stream to reading SCPs. I read a few of them that were fairly weird, such as the Santa one and the one that believes or is God. The room that's made out of flesh, I remember that. Have you played FNAF? Actually, I have played FNAF, but I did not get through it. I played FNAF 1 and 2, and I originally I played it because my brother and we had computers, and we were going to see who can get farthest without dying, right? Well, he chickened out, and I got to like night 3 without dying, and the game just got way too hard after that. I just suck at it. I'm good with management, however, I'm not good at like micromanaging a whole bunch of other stuff. I should probably say that. I think the weird part is, despite watching like mostly Discovery Channel and like National Geographic and like various other publications that are very educational, I really like learning stuff, but I'd rather watch some stupid crap. I'm not gonna lie. Like Ed, Ed, and Eddie was a really good show for me to watch sometimes. I really liked watching certain things, but I did not watch SpongeBob until I was older, and I watched that. It was okay. I really liked the memes of the older episodes, so I could go back and watch the older episodes, like have an excuse. But it was one of those things. I think the weird part is I watched it when I was a teen. A lot of people were like, yeah, I grew up with that. I didn't. But I still watch it. I don't watch the newer stuff, though. I like the older stuff because it had, like, good old... What was it? It had, like, more adult humor. It's like Rocko's Modern Life. I really love that. That series was a really good one. Great. I beat 2050 mode on Ultimate Custom Night. I got you. Fair enough. I know that I watched several YouTubers do it, and they developed a strategy. I just not good with it. Do you like Family Guy? I do like Family Guy. I think the weird part is I was allowed to watch Adult Swim because we had a babysitter and nanny kind of, and um, she would just like she would leave us alone at night, and I would turn on the TV and we'll watch Adult Swim. We would watch King of the Hill, Family Guy, Robot Chicken, and if it was a Saturday, some anime like Cowboy Bebop, Fully Cooley, and some other stuff, right? So I think the only time that kind of bit us in the butt was whenever Chucky from Child's Play was in that one skit with the Cabbage Patch Kids, and that was awful. But Family Guy, I have enjoyed it. I enjoy the older versions because Peter seems a lot more human, if you get what I mean. And the newer skits are just a bit out there, where it's like transition skit, transition skit, transition skit, and I just don't really enjoy it. I kind of enjoy American Dad a bit more. Have you ever watched Tim and Eric? Yes, I have. I really love their stuff. The weird, awkward, not weird and awkward. It's like it's sort of edgy humor, but not quite edgy. It's more like weird, but I don't know. He just has a really funny sense of humor with his skits and whatnot. I really love it. Oh, Gray, have you ever heard of a new show on Adult Swim called Laser Wolf? No, I haven't. I haven't watched TV in a long time. Probably about 2 to 3 years. I watched most of my stuff on YouTube. And last thing I remember was like Death Clocking, their finale. I watched a weird show called Xavier. That was really out there. And let me think here. There's a lot of stuff. If you wanted content, you could always do videos of reviews on free games. I would do that, but I'm not starving for content. Actually, I have a lot of videos on standby. I just need to upload them, and some of them I need to edit, but most of them I just need to upload. And the problem is, I've been sleeping through the day. And whenever you have a limited time frame to actually edit and send it, I like to take my time. Plus, I want to have certain series catch up to Minecraft, so it's very coherent and they're all going together at the same pace. And Fallout, if you guys watch the Fallout video, I cannot continue it because I can't record it without having toasty audio. And if I have toasty audio, it defeats the purpose of recording it. And another issue is it keeps on crashing. So it keeps crashing, and then the recording gets corrupted. So I can't record it. I want to record it, but I can't. I have some bad news. I have bees, but the good news is I want bees. Do you have flowers help? I think the bees would love flowers. The pollen and the nectar specifically. It's actually really good. It's got a nice color style and stuff. I probably would check it out. It seems like I should probably say this. I do watch TV every now and then. Like, even though I haven't watched it really hardcore in 2 to 3 years, I would sit down and watch television with my brother whenever he was watching Supernatural. It's kind of okay with me. And personally, I'm not against like watching TV. I probably should watch more TV. The problem is I just can't sit there. Like with video games, I have a direct sort of thing I could be doing while looking at the screen, right? So I have something to do. But with actual TV, I just can't sit there and do nothing. I don't know why. Even back then, I would read a book while watching Adult Swim and various other things. Or if I was not doing that, I was playing Monster Hunter on my Switch or 3DS. So it's kind of like one of those things where I definitely should watch more TV. I just can't sit for it, you know? I think that's the main thing. But I'll definitely try and check out Laser Wolf. I'll try and see if anyone has uploaded anything about it on YouTube, and maybe I can go about it. Um, I know that you guys have also sent like, "Hey, watch this, watch this." I'll probably try and do that on my free time. I probably shouldn't do that on a stream whatsoever because um, been the yellow most of the stream, even though I'm just showing audio. That's fine. I don't mind. Um, that's just something to consider. Let's think here. I think one of the things that is also kindly a turnoff from watching television is that there's advertisements every 5 minutes. Or not 5 minutes, that's an over exaggeration. But there's like so many advertisements, and it really, really hurts me keeping attention to it. Here's the deal, my son Spray's birthday party. Hold up. What? My son Spray's birthday party is on Saturday. I inherited from my uncle 100 bees. I don't know why there's a comma in that 100. But you do you. You do you. Um, I don't know how to react to that. That's a nice deal. Not gonna lie, 100 bees? Good. Hopefully they're honey bees, not killer bees. Or the. What was it? There was a Chinese version of a bee that's like super dangerous and it's migrating to North America. I don't remember what it is, or if it even is in America. That's the one thing I personally do not know. However, 1,000. There you go. You got it. I don't know. I think I want to do the streams regularly. There we go, and just try my best to also do quite a bit of actual uploads. Like, I want to figure out what I should do for Wednesdays instead of like Fallout because that's not working out. Going to keep doing Fire Emblem because I just want to play it. In all honesty, I'm going to do Minecraft because I want to do something kind of cool. I want to make a varied sort of content for younger people or older people. I think that's what I want to do because one of the things I'm concerned about in the future is that I'm going to be a teacher, and the things that I will be held accountable for in the future once I start teaching and all the things I do online, eventually that's going to catch up to me. So I kind of want to make sure I make varied and appropriate sort of content, but nothing like too out there. Like, oh, I will only do the those what the heck were they? Those little toy channels. Get what I mean? Like, I don't think I would ever go to that extent. I'll probably play some kid games like Pokemon and stuff like that from my childhood, but I never want to go to the extent of exploiting children for views. Um, I think I have that sort of like disposition towards other entertainers or other YouTube channels where I don't really want to do it for the simple fact that I could be successful. Anyone could be successful. The main thing is, it's my job as an entertainer to make sure you guys are entertained. And how I entertain, because my sense of humor is kind of dark, will probably screw me over as a teacher later on, but I kind of just like doing it. I think that's one of the things I think about. It's kind of like one of those open vulnerability sort of moments, but it's kind of one of those things where I'm okay with it. You know? I hope that makes sense. At least all that entire rant or rambling. It's been an hour and 34 minutes. Holy crap. There's things I could do, like optional features and stuff like that. I probably should explore that. Wonder. And here's what I want to do. I want to paint on my wall in honey, happy birthday spray. I'm disappointed. Here, enjoy the 1,000 stings of furious bees that were held captive so I could give you your gift. Oh, the irony. I think the weird part about bees is that whenever they sting you, they kind of have a link of their entrails kind of leave their body because that's their natural defense mechanism. Is it kind of kills them, but collectively, they are effective against like bigger prey, or not prey, but predators such as honey bears or brown bears or various other things. But it's really disgusting of a thought, like, oh, I just got stung. Oh, the intestines are on my skin. That's a pretty bad thought when you think about it. Now I'm thinking about it, and I think about all the times I've been stung. I'm not happy about it now. I just overthought that and made myself unhappy. But you know, I think this is the good place to kindly end the stream. What do you guys think? I'm gonna probably make a poll or something to see how regular it should be. I might just do it on Sundays. I don't know. It'll probably be around 8. Because dogs, chickens, various other people are asleep by then. In my household. So maybe that's a better time for making sure nothing gets interrupted or anything like that. And I can just focus on the stream. I might try and stream some like basic games. What do you guys think? Like NES, Game Boy Advance, maybe. I don't know personally if I could do that. I don't think I have the internet for that. At least if I do, I don't want it to be low quality, you know? But that's kind of my thoughts about it. I wonder. Wait, before you go, what's your favorite pizza topping? If we're going with orthodox and like a go-to pizza topping, always pepperoni. I really love pepperoni. Even when it's not on pizza, I really love it. If I'm going with unorthodox, let's see here. I like banana peppers. By the way, Dream Tiger, hold up, Dream Tiger. So, Courtness, how are you? I think this is the right person. But pizza topping, I think banana peppers. It's the right amount of spice. Also great. 2 more away from 80. Hold up. I gained 2. Yeah, 1 subscriber. Yeah. I'll probably eventually get there. It's not an issue of like getting to 80. It's eventually going to happen. But the problem is I don't want to get too big. Because that kind of, how should I put it? It kind of stretches the community. And eventually it kind of gets... How dare you remember me? Haha, I remember usernames because you have numbers. I remember the numbers and I remember the name. Ha! I think I have too good of a memory. Like a lot of people, when I was streaming regularly, I would remember people from like months ago. I think that's the crazy part. I would remember their exact profile picture, their bio, and stuff like that. It was really crazy. I still remember a lot of things I probably shouldn't, in all honesty. Such as like Paradise Lost with Frankenstein stuff. I've been desensitized. Grey, I've been fooling you. I don't have a son named Spray or 1,000 bee or 100 bees, but that should be 1,000. I inherited from my uncle. Oh no! It seemed like this hypothetical situation that is highly unrealistic did actually happen. Oh, the irony! The main thing is, you gotta play along with certain things, even when you know it's not real. Yeah, this is good. That's good. I think that's one of the things. Like, if I ever get too big, I kind of want to stop that progress, at least at, like, a good amount of people, where it's, like, enough people watching where it's like, oh, yeah, I have incentive to upload. But not enough people where it's, like, too out there and stuff like that. I think that's generally how I feel about it. Like, it would be good to eventually get monetized, if I ever do. Because a teacher's wage, let me tell you, you don't become a teacher for the wage. Let me just say that. But it would be nice to, like, have money to invest in the channel and stuff like that. Or just do things for the community. I think if I ever get really that big, and I get really big into streaming and stuff like that, I want to do charity streams. I think that's something I really want to do. If you get too big, expose yourself and then lose your fan. Solution. Got too big? Gotta expose myself. But I think if I ever get big, I do want to do charity streams. I don't know what to what particular charity, but I definitely do want to do charity streams if I ever do get big enough. Where it's like 100%. All the donations go to that charity. I don't really want the money. I think that would be good. I think. I just made Dio an anime game. Heck yeah. I saw a lot of people doing in-depth tutorials how to make the JoJo characters in like Dark Souls 3 and stuff like that. Like in terms of facial features. I thought that was really cool. Those are really cool videos. You can even make Geralt of Rivia. I would make Twitch, but I do not agree with Twitch. So I'll explain why I do not like Twitch. For one, I do not like the possibility of me being banned on the whim. Without any moderation telling me, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. They just ban you. There's people that obviously abuse their influence on Twitch. And I just really disagree with that. And another thing is, I was going to save this for a video. But there's obvious issues with how they moderate that app, that site. That's where your favorite JoJo parts. That's hard. I kind of just want to bring up the Jotaro playing video games with the one bad guy. I want to bring that up, but I already discussed that meme. That's hard. I have to rewatch it. It's been like 2 years. Probably should watch it again. Gotta think on that. While I'm doing calculus and stuff like that, I'll watch some more JoJo to refurbish my memory. Courtness, he's still here? I just like calling out Courtness now. Probably shouldn't. Pretend to be a cute girl and get the Twitch guys to simp for you. Profit! Dream Tiger 3355, you just earned a promotion. I think that's the main thing. I hate that aspect. The last video I made was based around me hating, or not hating, but disagreeing with the monetization over loneliness. And the way I kind of view it is that these people that are on Twitch and they're getting to these highly attractive individuals and they're just sending money out the wazoo. I believe it is extremely depressing. These people are in their rights to do as they please. They can spend money on what they want, stuff like that. But they're doing it to avoid loneliness. And in desperation of trying to do that, they financially screw themselves. They're being manipulated by an individual they deem attractive or suitable or wanted by them, but at the same time, it's just an act of desperation, and I just really hate that. I really hate when people are manipulated. I think that personally. Um, I think that's mostly why I disagree with Twitch. I think that's one of the things. There's multiple things. I just don't really. Um, what JoJo part you in? I was in the first part when I stopped watching because I had to do exams, and exams are not fun. Um, but yeah, I really think about it sometimes. So, wait, did you play Doki Doki Literature Club? I did play it, but on another person's channel. Believe it or not, I played it with my brother. And I essentially knew what was going on. He didn't. He thought it was another like harem dating simulator that he loves. And I kind of tricked him. Do I feel bad? Yes. But anyways, stonks. I wish I was better at stonks, to be honest with you. I'm good with stonks in terms of like actual real world applications of it. I'm really good at interpreting percentiles and stuff like that. But I'm really sucky at interpreting Animal Crossing stonks. Believe it or not. I really suck at that. I wish I was better at Animal Crossing for stonks, but just can't get into the turnips. The turnip market brings you lots of money, but I just can't do it. I think that's really bad. I'm way too conservative of a player because I would rather put a bunch of orchards like peaches, pears, and stuff like that within New Horizons. I would much rather make an orchard that I can get consistently a lot of money, about 30,000 bells per 3 days. I think that's a lot better. What is your favorite Mario game? I would like to do the cop-out answer and just say Mario Maker 2, because it's like multiple Mario games in one. But if I was to really get into it, I really enjoy Mario 64, but I really love Mario Galaxy. That was the one game I really fell in love with. Made me want to get a Wii. Did I get a Wii? No, I didn't. Because I did not understand what the Wii was, and I just played Mario Galaxy at a friend's house. Because he was like, whoa, you didn't do it? You didn't play this or just get this? I just drew Sayori. What? I'm totally not shouting out my own Instagram. Cough. At need help. 000. Cough. I think you said cough out loud. Just saying. But I think the main thing is within a lot of things. Let's be honest here. A lot of things. I'm fine with people shouting out their own stuff. Definitely since you create a lot of fan art for the channel. I just haven't really shown it because I didn't know how to implement it. But now I can. I just have to not download, but get Instagram on my laptop, download the photos, crop them after I do print screen and blah, blah, blah. I just have to do that. Do you do ASMR at all? No. However, I remember fondly that a lot of people, while stream, they would go to sleep to my voice. And there's like there's a certain extent where you think, man, that's creepy. But they were like, you're just so calm until you start yelling and acting like an idiot. Then what? Do you want more fan art? I'm not saying I don't want more fan art. That's why I'm implying. I think that's the main thing. I want kind of one of those wholesome sort of communities, where it's like fan art and I just display it, because I want to advocate people practicing art. Because when you go to high school, middle school, college, and you go into art, they're just going to tell you, you have to do this, you have to do that with an art. You have to replicate Van Gogh, you have to replicate blah, 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 or you're not a good artist. I failed art class. I still do pixel art. I still do some drawing. I feel motivated to do so. And the main thing is, I remember during streaming, a lot of people were like, wow, that looks really cool and original. I'm like, thank you. So it makes me feel good. I want to make sure that everyone feels like they can do art, because you can. Art's anything, even if the quality is lesser. Like my art. Have you watched Dr. Stone? Actually, I'm going to be watching that next Saturday, or this Saturday. Next Saturday or this Saturday. My brother planned on watching that with me. As far as I can tell, the guy was frozen in stone. He knows more about modern medicine and stuff like that. Years go on, society collapses, and he's basically teaching the people about chemistry and stuff like that. I think that's the gist of it. I'm not 100% sure. I know in the meme chat on Instagram, you guys mention it several times, and I don't want to spoil it for myself, because if you look it up on YouTube, there's going to be people making speculation videos or stuff like that. I really do not want to get that ruined for me. If that makes sense. I'll draw you in Haruka's buddies like the other guy. Oh gosh. This is gonna be a bad day for me. But I think the main thing is do it. I don't mind. So long as you're pursuing your own creativity, do it. I don't mind. I think that's one of the greatest things. You always need that one person to tell you, keep drawing. Will I be like absolutely happy about being in Haruka's bunny suit from Fully Cooley? No. But I'm happy that you decide to draw and start to act on your creativity. I think that's a good way to end the stream. It's already been, nearly 2 hours, and this was a test stream. So, I don't know. This was pretty good. I think this was a good way to talk with everyone. Courtness is still there after the Twitch comment. I think the weird part is I really like art itself. Like, it could be really bad quality art, but it's still art. And if you go on like younger individuals doing like their own sort of web comic, you can tell they have like a lot of motivation and stuff like that. Tell Vincent or Viddy that the D&D campaign is going to be done. If I was to give you a proclamation of such without really knowing if it's going to be done 100%, it's going to be Friday the 12th on June. I think it's going to be done around then. I think I might be writing it on stream sometimes. So maybe. Where do we send fan art? I can do this. So this email right here is my business email. It was originally made because I couldn't remember my email. For he DMing right now. Heck yeah. Um, but I originally made that for a school project because I forgot my own email and we were doing a Google Docs, and I learned about imaging and stuff like that. Hey, bro, it's been a long time, my guy. Hey, scoundrel, what's up? It's been a while since you still comment on my videos, but it's been a long time since I had a video for you to comment on. If that makes sense. How's life? We're about to end the stream, but I might do this on a regular basis. I think I might do that. Because it seems like a good way to talk to everyone, just have a chill time while I'm working on editing videos or whatnot. But that email address, you can send the fan art, and I will try and put into videos at the very beginning. I'll send the bunny suit Grey there then. Yep, that'll be fine. I'll probably put into one of the Fire Emblem videos, or if I was to say, I would probably do it on any of the videos, really. But I have to figure out what is going to be my Wednesday upload schedule now. I probably just continue Don't Starve. I just have to get on PC first, or I could just record it on my PS4 and just do it that way. I could do that. There are options. There's options. But I would say, since it's about 4 minutes, 3 minutes, somewhere around there, about 2 hours, I may have to end the stream soon. Pretty good. J.J. Abrams signed about 5-year contract to Warner Brothers and DC. J.J. Abrams worked on the newer Star Wars movies, right? I suck with remembering directors and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure J.J. Abrams did that for films and TV. I would say, within terms of like cinematography and stuff of that nature, that'd probably be good. Is he being hired for directing or story writing? Because that's a good question. I think that's a good question. I don't know, personally. Because the newer Star Wars movies, I didn't really like the stories as much. But I did love the cinematography, the CGI work. Even though there's going to be people that say they're objectively bad movies, you can't really place a quality based off personal opinion and call it objective. You can say, based off the evidence I'm providing, I'm showing you that this is a bad movie, but it's still all subjective. This could be a bad scene, or could be considered bad storytelling within a certain person, but it's not really bad storytelling. Nothing can be objective unless there's data to prove it. And technically, it's not as bad, except for the last movie. I think it didn't sell as well because there was controversies and stuff like that. That's the one thing I think about. But I would be excited if he's directing. I think he is doing both more producing. I think I would prefer him to direct more. I think director is fine. Are you still... No, if you watched the last video I uploaded, it's about a polar bear that preys upon... whom preys upon mentally ill and loneliness. Watch that video. It explains a lot of why no one should be on there, you're still welcome to do so. You are a free individual to do whatever you please. I just bring up there's bots. They have a policy in which you cannot delete your own account. And their whole entire monetization scheme is based around basically manipulating loneliness of others. And I highly disagree with that. So I'm not doing that anymore. Even though I have 2,000 followers on there, that's a much bigger number than what I have on YouTube. I like to stick with my morals. I could be making money if I didn't stick with my morals, but I do. I think that's one of the things I like to think about. Even when most people do not stick with their morals, I do stick with them. Am I going to be rich? No. Am I going to be the best person? So cuddles cooperate? Can you elaborate or explain that a bit more? Not trying to sound like arguing, but just curious. Well, can you explain cooperate? Because I don't know if that's the right term. Scoundrel. I shouldn't call you scoundrel, but that's your name. It sounds like I'm trying to demoralize you, but I'm not trying to. I'm just saying your name. I'm sorry. But scoundrel gaming, yeah, gaming, stick with morals, a better life, and mental health. Well, the main thing is that I believe that anyone should be able to do as they please, right? Whether or not they agree with me. But I do show objective facts that is jeopardized by bots right now. It has a lot of policies that are very awful. You cannot delete your account whatsoever. You have to contact them to delete your account. They're not going to delete it. They'll send you, hey, I deleted it, but it's not going to be deleted. The third thing is that a bunch of people, or the quality of the streams themselves, they are reduced to just people asking for donations. The reason why they're asking for donations is because their contract, I cannot say specifics, but you get a large amount of money based off donations that you receive monthly. If you do not receive money monthly, you don't get paid that month. And just to simply put it, I do not believe in that. You have to be heavily censored if you're officially put on there. A lot of the female streamers are trying their best to attract or appeal to a certain demographic of lonely people seeking out relationships. And the video that I made this week we'll explain more in depth. I'm just saying that's why I do not wish to cooperate with them, because the company itself is willing to manipulate loneliness for profit. The streamers themselves have basically went from I entertain you because I'm an entertainer to I entertain you so I can get money, but I don't really care about you. I really hate that mentality. I understand people need to get money and they should not do it for free. But that's one of the things. Why are they doing that? Because it's easier to make profit. The main thing that goes into it, I called it out on Instagram. I don't think you have my Instagram. I called it out on Instagram a while back where they were basically following Twitch. They were following Chatterbait. They were following a bunch of adult-orientated media sources. And they were basically monetizing certain things. Even though, if you go on Google Play, they basically say, don't worry about makeup. Don't worry about your outwards appearance. But they heavily incentivize people doing provocative pictures to attract a certain type of audience, which is something you have to think about. I think YouTube is still human, but is getting more money now more than ever. Depends on your view of current situations. I mean, like, there's still money, but the main thing is due to um, I would describe them as imbeciles, but they have their own egos to feed and whatnot. But a lot of sponsors are actually leaving YouTube because of two people. I think the weird part is, despite being in a postmodern society, we reduced ourselves back to feudal, medieval, European society. And if you don't know what that means, basically there's two lords and they have a disagreement. They say, hey, that shirt right there, it sucks. I hate the color blue. I hate you. I hate everything you stand for. And so they go to war, right? And the only people that are screwed over is the people, the peasants, the serfs, not serfs, and the plebs, essentially. They're screwed over, and they're sent out to attack the other lord. And the other lord is going to send their people to attack the other lord too. But the main thing is, instead of attacking each other, they're salting the ground to go for everyone. So it's kind of like one of those situations. The only thing YouTube needs to fix is the rewind. I will agree with that. I really dislike their rewind for the last 30 years. I feel like they're disconnected with the community, but that be how it be. I'm going to scoop. Thanks for streaming. I'm excited for next time. No worries. I'll try and post beforehand about a streaming schedule. It won't be like sudden out of nowhere like it was this time. I'm going to try and keep on a schedule. I don't know what I'm going to be doing every stream, but you know. Sorry, didn't mean to get you ranting. No, it's that was not much of a rant. It's more like speculation because it seems like it coincides with that sort of mentality. And it's kind of fascinating when you think about it. Because we're in a more sophisticated age compared to the Dark Ages, but we still have that mentality of acting upon a famous individual's wants instead of our own wants. Get what I mean? Like, for example, man, that Dream Tiger, 3355, that person's just evil. Guys, go attack them. At that point, I'm incentivizing or insinuating that this person's evil, go harm them in some way. The main thing is the two individuals that are fighting the sponsorship war, they're attacking each other and screwing over other YouTubers in the process because sponsors are leaving the platform. And the people, they're only getting half the story. I think that's the awful part. That's just like medieval warfare. I'm passionate about that because I love history. Not going to be a history teacher, but you know. I'll catch up with your vids. I'll watch Ooh, bad timing. You're a smart kid when I become a YouTuber. I'll be really funny and raunchy. I mean, you do you, man. You do you. I just like to be not perceived, but I like to be a reasonable individual. Please don't attack me. I'm just a potato. Contradiction. You're a Dream Tiger. No, I'm just kidding. Don't attack Dream Tiger. I'm just using Dream Tiger as an example because I know them. But that's the main thing. When it comes to sort of things in terms of like YouTube dynamic, you're starting to see that the mob mentality and stuff like that is reducing back to old feudal medieval European society. And that's one thing you have to think about. Despite us being a sophisticated age with a lot of technology and stuff like that, we still are using archaic forms of society to dictate our actions, which I find very fascinating. But sorry, I was rambling on. We're 9 minutes past 2 hours. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Hope you guys had a fantastic